Holy smokes everyone, this is a quick breaking news update. Right now the global markets are in turmoil and I'm going to explain exactly why. People, even though it looked like the worst was over and maybe things were going to start turning around, no, it looks like we're just at the beginning and it looks like things are just about to get much worse. So everyone, why are the global markets crashing and what can we do to protect ourselves? Let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. Okay, first things first is this everyone. Let's have a look to see what happened in the Asia markets this morning. Well, we can see the Nikkei fell 2.2%. That's the Japan markets. Shanghai, the China markets fell about 1%. The HSI, the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, dropped 1.4%. And where I'm in Australia, we are the only global index right now that's really holding up. We had an increase of around 0.3%. And so what are some reasons that are causing this? This everyone, the fears and the tensions of Ukraine, and also oil prices are surging, which is going to lead to more inflation and more interest rate increases. But look at this everyone, European stocks right now that are still open as I'm recording this are getting absolutely smashed. Many of the European indexes are down 2%, but look at this, the DAX has fallen 3.5%. And again, the reason why the German markets are falling so much is because they are heavily reliant on Russia for their energy, and Europe and Germany are already in a huge energy crisis. Energy prices are spiking by hundreds of percent. So if we get a conflict between Ukraine and Russia and the US, this means the energy crisis in Europe is only going to get much, much worse. And this couldn't come at a worse time when inflation is already at its highest ever for the European Union. And this is when we've had the ECB finally admit that inflation is not transitory and is becoming more hawkish and admitting that the inflation risk are building to the upside. So before she was saying there won't be any rate increases in 2022, where now it looks like there definitely is going to be rate increases. Because as I'm recording this, the Europe Stock 600, that's 600 of the top European companies are in Europe, that's down 2.5%, and also the FTSE is down around 2% as well. And if we go to the US markets, let's have a look at the futures everyone. The Dow is down 0.7%, about 250 points. The S&P is down 0.85% and the Nasdaq is down over 1%, and I think this sell-off is going to accelerate as we get closer to the open. But again, what you're probably wanting to know is what are the recent developments over the past few hours that have really spooked the global markets? Well, this everyone, there is no sign that Putin has stopped his march toward conflict, says former US ambassador to Russia. Now, people, just my opinion, there's a lot of speculation right now. I think no one really knows exactly what is going to happen, and the people that do know exactly what's going to happen, they're not going to tell the mainstream media. I'm sure a lot of this information will be very classified right now, and we're not going to know until after the fact. So anyone telling you they know exactly what's going to happen, people, no one knows exactly what is going to happen just yet. There is a lot of speculation. But some more facts that we do have that is some breaking news. Ukraine has called for a meeting with Russia as the US warns of an imminent attack. So the Ukraine foreign minister wants to meet with Russia in the next 48 hours. And the German chancellor will also hold talks with the president of Ukraine and Russia on Monday and Tuesday. And again, I think this is what's really spooking the markets right now. The US National Security Advisor told CNN on Sunday that a Russia attack on Ukraine could happen as soon as this week. So people, you have to understand how bad this is. We are really getting hit by bad news after bad news. What do we have now? We have surging inflation. We have central banks likely to lift interest rates. We have risks of possible global recession. And now we have risk of a global conflict and also huge geopolitical risks. And now with probably the best earnings season we're going to have for a while over, there is no positive indicators to look forward to for the stock market. There is only bad indicators. And with the valuations at such high levels, all these indicators are flashing code red. And so let's see exactly what investors are doing right now to protect themselves. Well, first things first, as I'm recording this everyone, the 10-year US Treasury yield has fallen to 1.923%. So this is what normally investors do during times of high uncertainty. They go for flights to safety. And for investors, the 10-year US Treasury is known as the safest asset of all. Whether you agree or not, that's what most investors do, especially institutions. Also, we're seeing right now a flight to safety with gold. Gold has been on a great rally recently. It's up to $1,856 an ounce, up 0.77%. But silver has been doing even better, up to $23.68 an ounce, up 1.35%. And we're also seeing investors rush to the greenback. The DXY, the dollar index, is up slightly as well to 69.24. So again, the reason why markets are in turmoil right now is because the geopolitical risks are building, tensions are rising with Russia and Ukraine, according to the information that we're getting. Still is a lot of speculation on what will happen, but the facts we have to know as investors. And when I've studied history, what I've learned what happens with the stock market normally before global conflicts is the stock market sells off first, it tries to sell off, see what's going to happen, and then once the conflict actually begins, when the stock market gets more certainty, can try to price in what this conflict could possibly bring, what risk it's going to bring, how bad it'll get. That's normally when we see the stock market start to recover. But again, these geopolitical issues and the risk of conflict is not the only issue for the markets. We've got earnings growth that is going to slow. We've got valuations at crazy levels, and we've got rising interest rates. So people, again, I can't stress this enough. I think this is just beginning, and we've got a lot more pain ahead. But everyone, that was just a quick update with what's going on in the global markets. What do you think about this? Let me know. Now, for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.